No, you shouldn't. Seriously.
Sorry,
Thank you.
I had to. Sorry.
Oh, what an entrance. What an entrance. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. So this is a brand new chapter. You won't have heard of us or seen us before. So this is a brand new chapter of the SIUUUPLEX Podcast. How's it pronounced, Dodge?
SIUUUPLEX Podcast.
Yes. So you're joined by myself. I'm Kish, and this is my brother, Arj.
Hello, everyone.
This is the channel for all you football and WWE fans. So bit of a unique pairing. And if you're like us, from a young age, we both grew up loving both sports. You know, from CR7 to Mr. Brock Lesnar himself. So we decided, why not combine the two? So here, this is slightly different. So what we're doing is we're just going to pick a random scenario, and it can be anything. And what we're doing is just basically pairing it up with the footballer or the WWE superstar we feel best suits that scenario. And we're also going to choose the worst suitor to that scenario as well. So a bit of a competition going on. I hope that's giving you some time to process the channel name.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is nothing serious. We're just having a laugh, really. Like me and Kish, growing up, we've always had a kind of overreactive imagination, and we just thought, yeah, let's put that into the podcasting world, and let's talk about a scenario. What footballer, what wrestler would be the best and worst? Some extra context, like as Kish said, we grew up on football and wrestling. I'm probably a bit more of the wrestling connoisseur, and Kish more so the footballing connoisseur. But we know enough about the other topic to be able to hold a conversation. So, you'll see how it goes by the end of this episode. But yeah, I hope you enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, we are both United fans, by the way. Hence the CR7 bias there with the SIUUUPLEX podcast name. Anyway,
Exactly.
but
And just full disclosure, I should say, we did make this thumbnail before he left Man United, and despite everything that's happened, me personally, I can't speak on behalf of Kish, but I'm still a fan, so I'm happy to
I
keep
love
it.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we
happy to
love him.
keep him in the old thumbnail. He's not wearing a red shirt anyway; he's just wearing the number 7, so it still applies throughout his whole career, right?
Exactly. So anyway, without further ado, so look, like I said, we're keeping it nice and casual. The aim is to see who puts forward the better pick for best and worst suitor. And if you like what's about to come, just give us a like, give us a subscribe, and obviously we'll do our best to give you an easy listen and hopefully some giggles along the way. So here we go. So shall we go ahead and pick the first
Yeah,
scenario?
exactly.
Yeah.
So we've conjured up a few scenarios. We've got about 5, but to keep it as organic as possible, Kish is gonna pick one out of the old app. So go on, Kish. I'm gonna help you out here. I'm gonna set you going.
Okay.
So cheesy. I'm sorry. I love these sound effects.
No, the timing was good actually. So we've got who would make the best James Bond?
Oh my god, this one. We put this
Oh
one in
God!
there, yeah? And we were like, imagine this is first. This is a tough one. Like, and by the way, again, full disclosure, we've not prepared any answers, so this is thinking on the spot. So if you do have your own answers, sound off in the comments. You probably will think of better answers than us in hindsight. But anyway, let me not ramble on too much. Let's
I've
go
been
for
asked
it.
this question so many times, but I've never answered it in a footballing or a wrestling context before. This should be interesting.
So,
Anyway,
who would make the best James Bond, right?
yeah,
And obviously, by default, we're going to say who would make the worst James Bond as well.
yeah. Oh, actually, before we start, something just popped into my head. Actually, I was thinking this about 5 minutes before we started. I'll ask you quick questions. Just something that it doesn't bother me, but it's just something that's just interesting. When you go shopping, like if you go Tesco, do you think twice about whether to bring a Tesco branded carry bag with you? Or
No, I don't. Never.
okay,
Why?
so you wouldn't mind bringing a Sainsbury's one in?
No, not at all. Why?
Okay, no, just wondering.
What the
That's it.
hell was that about?
I don't know. Because sometimes when you go shopping, like you're like, oh, bringing a competitor branded bag inside, oh, that could rub off. You got some aunties that worked there for like 25 years or whatever. They're like part of the furniture and stuff. And you bring a Sainsbury's bag, it's just, I don't know, it could be bad form. Just wondering what your opinion was.
I don't know where this came from, but all right. No, I don't.
It's just something I thought of. Anyway, back into it. All right, so let's do this.
All right, so let's start off with, you can start if you want. Do you want to do best footballer first? So we can do like best footballer, worst footballer, best wrestler, worst wrestler. You know, we can go in that order.
Oh my God.
So go for it. I mean, you know, if you don't want to start, I can. Up to you.
No, I'll go on then. Go ahead. You start. I think I've got one, but you can start.
I don't even have one. So if you've got one, go for it.
So I feel I'm gonna go for Peter Crouch as our first James Bond. I think first of all, because he's massive. He's a giraffe, and second of all, he's got that side parting kind of look. You can imagine him just like oiling down his side parting, and you can imagine him with like his big white teeth, go like just going. The name's Crouch, Peter Crouch. Like, do you know what I mean? And just like just stands up. I think I've seen him in a tux somewhere before. He just fits the mold. But yeah,
I'll be honest. When this first came up, as soon as you said it, just because of the side parting, I thought of him as well. But I have to disagree on this one, man. I mean, it's your answer, but James Bond. I mean, since when was there ever a really tall James Bond? You're getting him mistaken for Jaws. He's not Jaws. He's not role playing the villain. You know, so.
I don't know. He's a standout. He's a standout.
I'm not saying you need someone short like Oddjob, but you don't want to be tall where you're sticking out. You want to be stealthy, right? Like, I don't know, man. And also, James Bond, he's smooth, right? Peter Crouch, because of his height, he was never he never looked super smooth and comfortable on the ball, as with all tall people. He was great, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't say he was smooth. But anyway, my opinion.
Okay, I was just thinking now. Yeah, you could be right. Because can you imagine? Did you used to play GoldenEye, right? Oh, of course you did. Do you remember when you used to pause it and then like it does this zoom into like it like Bond's arm and then zooms into his watch? Yeah. Can you imagine like Peter Crouch like skinny arm, just like with like some like blood, like that blonde head and the skinny arm just zooming in like really puny forearm.
The camera zooming into it would take about 2 minutes because of how tall he is.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I think he might look like a good Bond. Yeah, you're right. I don't think he'd make. Can I put that as my worst Bond then?
Yeah, go on then. If you want to do that.
No, I've got worse. Go on. Anyway,
that's your best.
Horrible pick. Bad pick.
All right, turn. I'm gonna go. So it's hard thinking off the top, but for some reason, I don't know why. For some reason, this person came into my head because I can imagine them with slick black hair, quite smooth, smooth talker, smooth individual all around. But when he needs to get the job done, he gets the job done. And for some reason, I thought of Michael Ballack.
Oh, what a pick!
That's why.
Do you know what? I've had man crush on him for a while. I'm not gonna lie. He's one of those. He's a smoothie, isn't he?
I wasn't going there, but all right. I mean, yeah. So Ballack's mine. Like I said, I've just justified it. I think he's got the right height to be a Bond player, a Bond, protagonist, a character, James Bond himself. He's got the slick black hair. You can imagine him with a pistol, a PP7, silenced PP7 in his hand. You can imagine it with a watch and a tuxedo, and he's smooth. Bond was a smooth talker, with the ladies and all that.
Yeah.
And then when he needs to get the job done against villains, so to speak, or the opposition, he does it. So off the top, that's my pick.
Are you sure you're not saying it just because he looks like Pierce Brosnan?
He doesn't look like Pierce Brosnan.
He does. He actually looks like him. Like when you've kind of put a face to it, they're just alike. That's a really good pick. Oh God, I mean, I'm not going to leave this one to the comments. I think you've already won that one.
Never mind. It's all right. Well, yeah, Crouch v. Ballack. Who's the best Bond? Sound off.
my God, can you imagine like Peter Crouch, like a massive explosion and Crouch like running out of a ball of fire, like with his smile.
And just for no reason, does a bicycle kick. There's no ball. He just does a bicycle kick.
In a Stoke City kit.
There's just no reason. He just does a bicycle kick like while he's running out.
Oh, good one, good one. Oh, okay, all right, cool. Yeah, I think you got that one. Right,
Let's do the worst.
Oh, but by the way, keen to hear what you all think as well. Those watching stuff, feel free to suggest who you think. You might have chosen one better than us, or and feel free to suggest other scenarios and stuff. Obviously, this is only the first one, but yeah, we're only getting started. But happy to hear what you guys got to say. Anyway, on to WWE. So is it on me now?
I thought we were doing the worst footballer. That's the order, best and worst, isn't it?
Oh,
okay. Go to West.
I'm not going to go with Peter Crouch then. Oh my God! I mean, have you got one in mind?
Not yet. Don't worry, I'll take the lead with wrestling, so it's fair. But I haven't got one in mind yet for football.
Okay, do you know what? Yeah, this is a bit weird, but I hope you'll see my logic. I hope you see it. I'm going to go with Paul Ince. Goodness,
why? Why?
Because he's just like he's not slick. he's just I'm gonna get that gun, yeah, and I'm not even joking. I'm gonna fire the pistol. I'm gonna fire it, and it's gonna hit the enemy, and the enemy's gonna die, and that's what I'm gonna do. That is definitely what I'm gonna do.
I'll be honest. I haven't got his voice in my head, but bloody hell, that's already funny. Just hearing you imitate that.
Like the name's Ince, Paul Ince, 00 Ince.
Oh my God! I'm sure there's worse. But,
there is definitely worse. But I just had this image of him. I just had this image of him like trying to just say that iconic line, "The name's Bond, James Bond." Like,
yeah.
It's the furthest thing away from Paul Ince.
Anyway. All right. I've been trying to do a bit of thinking while you've been doing that amazing impression. It's tough because, arguably all footballers, they're in shape, right? So you can imagine all of them in a tuxedo. Like, there's no one that's overweight or, extremely underweight. So
there are. Yes, there are.
Well, not like, absurdly, where it's like, oh my God, that's, wrestling's different. But with footballers, I think it's a bit harder. But anyway, yeah. I'm trying to go for someone who just completely stand out. In fact, I'm going the opposite. I'm going for someone who looks like a villain. So at first, I thought the likes of like Gattuso, but Gattuso has got black hair, and you can imagine him slicked in a tuxedo. So I stayed away from Gattuso. I'm gonna pick Erling Haaland, and the reason I say that
for worse James Bond.
Yeah, the reason I say that, he's got blonde hair tied up, like completely opposite from any Bond. He's got blonde tied up hair. He's huge. He looks like a villain. He looks like he'll kill you, like in a bad way. And he just stands out. And I don't think he's slick in his football. He's not slick, is he? He's all power. He's just rough and tough. So I'm gonna go with him for worst Bond. He's not a Bond. He's more of a Jaws, if anything.
I don't know. I think he's more suited James Bond than Paul Ince.
No, but this is really.
If you had to choose. Huh? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right. Nah, I'm gonna stick. He'll just shoulder barge. He doesn't need to use any guns. He'll just go up to them and just shoulder barge them. Like he doesn't look like a Bond. He hasn't got the physique of a Bond. He's got a monstrous physique for himself. His hair is completely different to any Bond we've ever seen before. And I just don't think he's got that, with all due respect, he hasn't got that marketable face to be a Bond, with all due respect.
I'm sorry, if I was a stylist, I'd rather style his hair into a Bond. Paul Ince, what are you going to do with his hair? Name's Ince. Okay, I don't know where to go with that one. I'm not sure. That's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Because he's just got two uncharacteristic ones there. But yeah, look, let's see what everyone else thinks. So,
Live
shall we
television.
move? Yeah, shall we move on to WWE?
Yeah, let's do it. So wrestler. And by the way, we say WWE. I mean, it's obviously predominantly WWE because we both used to watch that. I watch other things than WWE, but Kish isn't so well versed in things like AEW. But so we'll try and keep it WWE focused.
We'll keep it.
We mean wrestling. Well, we mean wrestling. Like, so yeah. And for the benefit of Kish, like, I will try to lean more of my answers towards the Attitude Era, but he does know current wrestlers as well. Like, he knows Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm also quite limited. I can't really go sort of, what's it called? Like a obscure answer that Kish won't know. So I'll try not to do that. Best wrestler. Best. Okay, I've got it. Easy. Oh my God. This one just popped into my head. I literally just thought about it now. Split second later, I thought of it.
In fact, already?
Yeah. Can you guess what I'm going to say?
Well, I hope you're not going to say the same one as me.
I don't know, maybe. So it's really easy to go for I was thinking someone British at first, but that's such an easy thing to do. And it doesn't necessarily make them a good Bond just because they're British, right? So I'm not going to go for William Regal. I'm not going to go.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say him, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm not going to go for that. I'm going to go for Steve Blackman. That's who I'm going for.
Thank God. We're going to say my one for a sec. Okay.
Steve Blackman. Again, I'm going to start with the hair. He's got the black slick hair. He's in shape, but he's not like overly huge or underweight. You can imagine him in a tux. He's also a great fighter. And in several Bond movies, you also see Bond do a bit of fighting as well. If I'm not mistaken, I swear he fights as well. Like, he does a little bit when he's out of a weapon or whatever.
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah.
Exactly. So he's got that. And he's got fast hands as well. You can imagine quickly reloading. And then, just pulls out a kendo stick and just starts to whip the hell out. So, I'm going to say Steve Blackman. I'm happy with that one.
What was Steve Blackman's nationality?
Oh, that's a good question. No, I think he looked.
I don't know. He had something foreign about him. I wasn't sure.
You're right. He did because of the very tan skin, and also because, I mean, all wrestlers are very tan, right? But I guess he looked a bit more. Yeah, he looked a bit more international. But also because he never spoke, so you thought he couldn't.
I was going to say. But I want to do an impression of him, but staying silent is probably the best impression.
You could just do his theme song, innit?
Okay.
He was American, I believe.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Cool. So, right. So I've gone for this. Kind of came into my head, to be fair. JBL.
Okay. Why?
He's just got that. I don't know. JBL's got a presence about him, hasn't he? He's just got this. I don't know. He's got like. I don't know. He's got height. I think he's got like that. You could style him into a Bond. Put it that way. I'm talking about JBL. So not Bradshaw, old school Bradshaw. Yeah. I'm talking about modern JBL. Like he's not that kind of athlete anymore. He's not that athlete kind of. He's more of the kind of midlife crisis turning into. He's into his seniors now. A bit like most Bond, like Daniel Craig. I know Pierce Brosnan. Like they weren't exactly. They weren't exactly 100-meter sprinters. Do you know what I mean? They were just So I don't know. I just think he fits the mold really well, and I don't know. Yeah. I think you know what it is actually. You know what it is. He's very patriotic American. He comes across anyway, right? So I think
wrestling god. That's what he says, by the way.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I'm gonna have to disagree, man. I
disagree
completely. JBL is nothing but a heel. He was one of the best heels in like the mid 2000s into the late 2000s. He's been a heel majority of his career. In fact, old Bradshaw was a face. Now, I'm not saying that's what determines a good Bond, but also Bradshaw's really tall and he's really bulky as well. Super bulky. Again, he's like, you can imagine him as a villain with his cowboy hat. He's also got that, southern Texan vibe going on. Nothing like Bond.
That's good then, isn't it? Because if he's got this, because I say, like, if he was patriotic American, then if you look at Bonds, the Bonds that have been chosen, they're very British, aren't they? So if you think he's like a kind of like iconic American man, then he could slide into that role of the British Bond, if that makes sense. I mean, I can't. And he's got a voice. Do you know what I mean? At least we know what he sounds like. I've never heard what Blackman could sound like. Bex, for all we know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but JBL is like out and out heel, and you know what? Like with his characteristics, his cowboy hat, his limo, all of that. Exactly. Like he would actually make an amazing villain. But like as a Bond, I don't know.
Yeah, but wouldn't you see him as high profile then, with his hat, with his his limo, all that stuff, his stature? Like, isn't that what Bond is about?
No,
not kendo sticks and like pajama pants. Do you know what I mean?
Bond is about a slick, stealthy individual who's like slick with his actions and his words, and with the ladies and
with his words. Yeah, but that's it though, isn't it? You got okay, fine. Okay, I'd probably say Steve Blackman is probably better looking than JBL, but he hasn't got the words. Like,
let's see.
I think this is a tough one. This is.
Let's see what people think. And probably there's 1,000 better answers, but off the cuff, off the top. So
this is off the cuff. Yeah, definitely.
JB, oh my god! I mean, if you chose that for worst, I'd have been like, yeah, that's a good one. With all due respect, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, how are you doing for your worst one?
I'll go worst. And you know what? With WWE, with wrestling, this one's probably the easiest one we've had to do out of best wrestler, worst wrestler.
Go on.
Best wrestler, worst wrestler. There's so many. Like, there's unbelievably so many. And it's boring. Some answers are just going to be boring, right? But I'm going to have to go for this one. I'm just going to go for Great Khali. I'm going to have to do it. He's the worst Bond. Like, imagine him in
the wait. Great Khali, yeah. All right. Look, I'm with you. Like, he's not the best Bond, but he's got presence. Yeah, he's got like that presence.
I think you're shooting there. You're trying.
He's got the black hair.
No, that's true. He's got the black hair. That's the only thing he's got. Yeah. The man can barely walk. Right when he walks, he's like an ostrich. Like, you think his legs are going to snap any minute. Right? He can't. Imagine him.
Bond.
Exactly.
Bond.
Imagine him trying to like do like, someone shooting him. He's trying to dive out the way and do a roll. Like, he can't do any of that, right? Imagine his tuxedo would just rip, like, huge tuxedo. In fact, imagine him with short hair. He looks like Jaws.
Yeah, he would actually. His teeth.
Jaws, isn't it? Oh my god, yeah. So I don't even think I need to justify this one. The 7 foot height. The voice, he can't talk really. He can't walk really. And he'll stand out like a sore thumb. I don't think he hasn't got any ticks in the slick department either. So,
okay.
Yeah, man. Great Khali. But it would be nice to have the world's first Indian James Bond, right? By the way, we're Indian for those of you who don't know us.
Yeah. Well, okay, fair enough. All right. If you said you don't have to justify it, then at least give us your best Khali impression as a Bond.
Oh, I swear, I just did it. I did what he normally does when he goes for the vice grip, when he goes like that. But in terms of like speaking, you did it just really well just now.
Yeah. Okay. Great Khali. Okay. Not bad.
Marunam Bonche. No, he speaks Hindi, not Gujarati. My bad.
Oh God! All right, so I think I've won this one.
Oh, go on, let's see. I don't think you can top this.
Sorry to break it to you, but yeah, I've definitely won this one.
I think I know what you're going to say now. I think I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mick Foley.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't going to guess that.
No.
Was that Paul Bearer?
It's the James Bond. James Bond. I don't know.
No, that's Mankind though. That's not really Mick Foley.
Oh no, I meant Mankind.
Okay,
I
Mankind.
masked Mankind, like Socko Mankind.
Or even before that, when he was wearing brown, when he was really sadistic, like
Oh
Psycho.
yeah. That Mankind, like
Not the one.
thumbtacks Mankind.
Yeah, not the one with the white shirt. Not that one.
No. But he still sounds like that. But anyway, he's out of shape. Come on, his hair's like his hair's rotten. Basically, he does like it's not like it doesn't. It's not even like it doesn't apply to him, if that makes sense. His hair, it's not his hair doesn't do anything for him. So he's going got that. And if he wore a suit, he'd end up looking like what's that dude that laughs in Hangover?
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're on about.
He'd end up looking like him on the wedding day. Do you know what I mean? You remember they had that wedding at the end of the Hangover?
Yeah. And he wears a mask.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And Bond. I don't know if you've took this into consideration actually. So Mick Foley. Well, actually, go to your back first. So Steve Blackman, JBL, both clean shaven. Oh no, is Steve Blackman clean shaven?
Nah, he's not.
Okay.
He's
so
not.
All Bonds are clean shaven, right?
Yeah, but that can be remedied, man. That can be remedied. That's just a shave.
Okay. Well, anyway, I've never seen Mick. Have you seen Mick Foley without a beard?
Have I seen him? A very short beard when he was like guest manager in like mid 2000s as Mick Foley, but
God rest his soul, but he reminds me of Screech from Saved by the Bell.
What do you mean, God rest his soul? Oh, Screech, God rest. I thought you said Mankind, as if he passed away. Screech,
No, Screech, yeah, because he's got that kind of a bit like Shaggy from Scooby Doo. Scoob, and then you got like Scoob, and then Mick Foley.
Oh, you're gonna make me do my Scooby impression now.
Oh, you go on, you said it. You do a good one. Go on, do it again.
Shaggy.
Scooby. So good. That is so good. That's up there with your. That is up there with your Eric Ten Hag impression. Oh, go on, do your Eric Ten Hag impression.
No. We've got to save that for the episode. We've got to save that. And it's not even that good. I think you're gassing me up too much, man. You're gassing me up too much.
No, it's really good. It's better than your Carly one. Go on, do it, please.
I'm not going to do it yet. We'll save that for another episode, innit? When Ten Hag comes into the conversation, then we'll do it.
If you do it, we'll get more subscribers.
Nah, man. If we keep him wanting more, then we'll get more subscribers.
Okay, fair. All right, cool. So there we have it. Okay, so if let's do like a round robin and let's compare our answers now from the very beginning.
So
we're
best
done, right?
For James Bond, you had Peter Crouch. I see it from a hair standpoint, but that's where it stops.
No, it just stops.
That's where it starts and stops. And I had Michael Ballack.
Yeah. You won, hands down winner.
Cool. And then worst footballer, I think we're conflicted on this one. You had Paul Ince, and I had Erling Haaland. I can't see Haaland as a Bond. He's a villain, but you've got your own reasons for Ince. We'll let them decide because I can't give you that one, man.
Why Erling Haaland? Like, why not?
I told you.
But what? Like Haaland. What about? Why wouldn't you say someone like Nunes? Or why wouldn't you say someone like I don't know, Richarlison? Why Haaland? Do you know what I mean?
Because Haaland is, like I said, he's so tall out of the average sort of Bond. His hair is unlike anything like any Bond. Like no Bond has blonde, long hair tied up. Also, he's huge and he's very physical. Like he's not slick. He's not subtle. He's not stealthy. He's just all power. He's pure power. And he just looks like a villain. And he hasn't got the Bond marketable face. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, definitely hasn't got the face. He's not. He's not blessed with. He's not blessed with the looks. But look, all right, fair enough. Let's see what everyone else has got to say. Okay, so I've gone Ince, you've gone Haaland, then we're on WWE. Okay, so you went Steve Blackman. So Steve Blackman was your best, right? Okay, yeah, Blackman. I went JBL.
You and
That,
JBL, yeah.
that's a tough one. I think that is a tough one. Sorry, we have to actually say who we think's won that last one. So I have Ince and Haaland. We have to say.
I said, but I think we're going to have to agree to disagree. That one is just going to have to be people telling us.
Okay, fine. We'll leave that at that. Cool. Steve Blackman, JBL.
Going to be biased, man. I still think my one.
Okay, I think JBL. We should get like, oh my god, if there was like this, if we could just instantly shove JBL into a tux, and then like compare with Black. Anyway, all right, let's get everyone else's view on that one as well, then, because we're kind of on our own biases for that.
Yeah.
Worst wrestler.
So I went Kylie, you went Mac. That's, I think you actually had a really good one. I didn't think you could beat it. I thought you were going to say Kane, because Kane is mute and, he doesn't talk. And even when he took his mask off and started talking, he's still no Bond. So Kane would have been a good one. But I think Mankind's also a really good one. So I can't decide on that one, man.
Kane, yeah, you can't say Kane because Kane. You say corporate Kane though, isn't it? He can.
It's still no Bond though. I mean, that's a good show actually. Corporate Kane. At least that's one step closer to a Bond. That's a good show. Yeah.
Yeah, a nice little wig for him. All right, Mankind, Kylie.
I don't think we have to decide. I think we let the audience decide who's won each battle and then who's won overall.
Yeah, I think we should just let the audience decide full stop. Even if we're apart from my awful attempt at the beginning with Peter Crouch.
And I'll say, if you didn't like Haaland, my backup was going to be Phil Jones. But
that would have been so much better, because you can imagine Bond pulling that face. There's like many faces of Phil Jones.
I'm not being trendy. Do you know in GoldenEye on N64? Do you remember DK mode?
Yeah,
which made everyone's heads huge.
It looked like DK's physique, right?
No, it made everyone's heads huge.
Oh, it was just their heads, yeah. But it made them look.
Phil Jones wouldn't, even if you applied that mode, it wouldn't change with Phil Jones in it. Like, it just stays exactly the same.
But he'd be the same. In the same with Hollywood as well. He just would never ever act in a movie, but he'd just continue getting paid for it.
Yeah.
He's continuously on the payroll. All right, cool. I think Phil Jones would have been a better shout than Haaland. Anyway, this is what it's about. This is just a laugh. We just kind of picked it out of the hat with this, but keen to hear everyone's thoughts on that. This is our very first. Oh God, we've got. There's going to be so many funny ones coming up. I haven't even thought of them yet, but you just know there are so many good ones that we could talk about. But yeah, we'll save that to the next one.
Yeah, I mean, this was fun. We'll do it again, and yeah, we hope to have loads more content coming. Yeah, like I said, it's just something that Kish and I have done since we were young, since below 10. We've just been having these funny conversations. What if this? What if that?
Yeah, exactly.
And we're glad to actually have a platform now to actually speak our mind. But yeah, first episode's always going to be cringe, always going to be rough around the edges, but we'll get there, and hope to have more episodes to come.
Yeah, by the way, if we don't just have to stick to footballers, it can be anything to do with football in the football universe. I don't know.
And same with wrestling, like managers, right?
Exactly.
Managers, coaches, whatever.
Yeah, we'll keep it open. Anyway, look, that's us today. Thanks for listening. Like I said, give us a like if you enjoyed it. If you can see it going somewhere, give us a subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yep. Take care, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed the first episode of the SIUUUPLEX Podcast. Cheers, everyone.
We'll get there. All right, later.